What if your next move was to a Granada Hills home for sale that includes not one, but two incredible living spaces? Today's Granada Hills home tour takes you inside this single story property with a remodeled detached ADU, perfect for multi generational living, rental income, or a private guest unit. Featuring spacious open living areas, an updated kitchen, and dual pane windows, the main house has comfort and style, and the guest unit adds even more flexibility with its own kitchen, full bath, and private entrance. If you're looking for a Granada Hills property with income potential or the perfect Los Angeles multi generational home, this one might be the one you're searching for. Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. So today's home tour takes us to Granada Hills, California. So we're basically west of Balboa in Granada Hills. Now, more about Granada Hills in a moment. So the home that we're going to be looking at today has 4 bedrooms, right? 3 bathrooms and over 2,200 square feet of living space. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath in the main house, which is just under 1,700 square feet, and then about 550 square feet in the 1 bedroom, 1 bath ADU. So we're going to show all of that to you today. Going to walk you through some of the costs, what it costs to actually build an ADU today. Also, so this would probably be a really good rental house, I would say, for sure. Or like you might be in a situation where you need to have your in-laws in the backyard or a teenager, then this house might work for you as well. So I said earlier, we're in the city of Granada Hills. So Granada Hills, located in the North San Fernando Valley, located off the 118 freeway. And there's so many great things going on here in Granada Hills, whether it be the annual street fair that happens every October, for starters, the annual holiday parade, right? That's another one. And of course, the farmers market that takes place every Friday night right there at White Oak and Chatsworth Street. So that's a really fun way to spend a Friday night. So this is a very community-oriented town. And again, we're located west of Balboa Boulevard and south of San Fernando Mission Boulevard. All right, let's turn around and start the home tour. Let's start from the exterior of the home. So as we face the street, I do want to show you this. Look at all the trees here on this street. So you got a gorgeous tree-lined street. And then as we turn back around, facing the home, you have this lovely gate that gives you tons of privacy and plenty of parking, right? So for the main house, we're going to start with that. This is where all of your parking would be, right here in the front. And then as you go back right here, you have plenty of parking for the rear also, but maybe you want to have an RV or a boat if you're not renting out the back unit. So that's a possibility as well. So you have the stone facing here in front, along with the stucco, freshly painted. And as we make our way to the front door. All right, so we're in the interior of the home right now. And as you walk in, you walk right into the living room. Now, the flooring here is the luxury vinyl plank flooring, which we see so often these days, which is great in case you have kids or pets or worry about water spilling on it. These are things you don't have to fret about. So you have the bay window over here on the south side of the living room. You have a nice sitting bench, dual pane windows. And then look, like over here, most people are probably going to have somebody paint the house before they move in. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to show you a house like this. It's great to see a house that's completely turnkey, right? You can move right into, but a lot of the houses here in the valley don't fall into that category, especially, they've been built in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So if it was me, like probably the first thing that I would do in this house would be to paint. Now, to paint the house, that's about 1,700 square feet, single story. If you have the right contractor, then guess what? You're probably looking at about $7,000, 7 to 8,000, probably on the high side, just to do the interior. All right, so this is actually, you have this living room, dining room combo. Let me step back over here. Now I'm backing up over to the east side of the home. You're going to have your dining room right here, right? And so that would be to the left of the front door. And then this is your galley kitchen. So you have newer cabinetry, newer handles on your cabinetry, stainless steel dishwasher, dual sink basin. And then of course, over here, you're gonna have your 5-burner gas cooktop. Taking a look at the kitchen, you have newer cabinetry. You also have quartz countertops here. You have your dual sink basin, stainless steel. Your dishwasher is also stainless steel, and the refrigerator will be included as well. And then over here to your left, you're gonna have your Frigidaire built-in oven and a Frigidaire built-in microwave. And then in addition to that, you have your Frigidaire 5-burner gas cooktop, which is pretty much brand new. So I like what they did here with your color scheme, right? And there's a difference in the color of the flooring from the living room, which kind of has a more of a grayish color to it, as opposed to a brown. And then here, definitely you have that grayish tone in your flooring. This is a tile. This is not your laminate. And then take a look at this over here, right? So because you have your white cabinetry, your white quartz countertop with the gray veins, you need something that kind of gives it some character or pizzazz, right? But at the same time, you don't want it to be over the top. And this is where having this backsplash over here, being able to have all of those colors kind of come together as one right here. And so this way you don't have a situation where your color scheme just doesn't make sense. So I like this glass tile that you typically a lot of times see as your backsplash. So let me know what you think of the kitchen. Now, again, the home that we're looking at right now, the front house is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. And this is very typical of what these homes look like back in the 1950s. I mean, take a look at this, right? You open this up, and you know, there's not really much here, but a lot of times that's where the furnace was originally. And so they take that out, and sometimes people make it into a closet space. So this is going to be your primary bedroom here. And again, you got the LVP flooring down below. Again, I would probably paint before I moved in. And then over to your left is going to be right here. You have your vanity that's all in white. And then take a look at this. So this is pretty much just a plastic shell right here on the outside for your shower enclosure. You have a shower and tub enclosure right here. So again, this isn't going to be super big, but again, it's only 1,600 square feet of living space. Now over to your left is going to be another bedroom. So look what they did here. I like the built-in that they had. The only problem with it is that, you know, you might want to take it out, right, if you want to have a bigger bed. But maybe you want to just use this bedroom as an office or a guest bedroom, then, you know, that might definitely suffice. But maybe it works for you that you actually be able to have this as a built-in. Now, this is secured right here. You can see the brackets right there on top. So if you wanted to have it and leave it here in place, you definitely could, and to be secured for an earthquake. Of course, you have that mirrored closet right over to the right as well. So that is bedroom number 2. And the third and final bedroom faces the north side of the house. And again, you have your mirrored closet over here. Now you can see this is pretty much the same size as the last bedroom that we went into, but you don't have that large built-in. So now you can really see the true size of what bedroom number 2 really looks like. And then off bedroom number 3 right here, you're going to have your second bathroom. So this bathroom is going to serve not only bedroom number 2, but also your guests, right, that are being entertained, your friends and family that are going to be here. So again, you have a smaller vanity, again with the white countertop right there. And then look at the nice design on the floor right here. You have your tile flooring, and then they're able to put in this design right here that goes all the way to the shower enclosure. Once inside the shower enclosure, they continue that design as well. And then again, you got this shower in tub enclosure. So this is your full bathroom right here. So again, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and then come on over here, right? You're going to see your laundry room right in between the kitchen as well as that second bathroom. Let me know what you think of the main house. It's Scott Himelstein with the Scott Himelstein Group. All right, thanks for tuning in for another one of our home tours. And so just to let you know, like, we're blessed enough to have over 250 five-star reviews on Zillow and Google combined. And that's not because, I'm the best real estate agent in the world. That's because it's all about being able to serve you and being able to help you with your goals and being able to walk you through the process from beginning to end, whether you are a buyer or a seller. So if you're looking to buy a home here in the greater Los Angeles area, love to be a resource of information for you. There's so many things that you have to think about when it comes to buying a home, what the costs are. Not just the purchase price, right? Not what you're actually pre-approved for, but in addition to your mortgage payment, right? What the utility cost is going to be, right? So these are things that you have to actually think about as a homeowner. And I really like to walk our buyers through the whole process of kind of guiding them of what expenses they should expect, and also being able to kind of help them, guide them, really importantly, to be able to help them with some different maintenance tips, right? Simple things that I always recommend before moving into a home. You always basically clean out that dryer vent, right? This home here that we're looking at today, built in 1953, and that could become flammable. And it's something very cheap, but most people never do that over the course of living in a home. So there's just small things like that. And, at the end of the day, we want to be able to put our buyers in position to succeed, whether it be negotiating, right, with the seller, or just making sure that they know everything to expect once they close escrow. All right, let's get back to the home tour. All right, so we are exiting right now the main house, and we're going to make our way back to the ADU. There's actually two structures back here, but let's take a look at the ADU. So in the back of the main house, you do have this small covered patio and patio space. And then we're going to turn over here, and now we're going to enter the accessory dwelling here. So as I said at the beginning of this video, it's approximately 550 square feet. I do like all of the LED lighting on top. That space that you see, that square on top, that's access to your attic. Now over here, you're going to see quartz countertops, right, with your gold veins, and right here, you're going to have your gold colored faucet, stainless steel sink basin, white cabinetry with the gold handles, which complement nicely the veins in your quartz countertop. You have a freestanding Samsung stainless steel range and a built-in Samsung microwave, but a lot of cabinetry here in this space. You also have a Samsung, a brand new stainless steel refrigerator over here. So plenty of room over here, right, to have a dining area as well as a small living room area to watch TV. And I'll kind of back my way over here so you can kind of get the full vantage point. Now you do have a split system in here. It's not central air like the main house, right? Which is nice because maybe you don't want to have to cool down or heat up the entire unit. You just only have to utilize the split system for one portion of the ADU, whether it be the living space, right, where you're the bedroom, or where you're going to be having your kitchen and dining room and living room area. All right, let's go into the bathroom here into this ADU. And again, right, you got the gold colored spigot, right? The shower head is gold, and then you have your white shower and tub enclosure. And then I like that what they did here, right? They kind of mix it up. So you got some gray veins right here in your tile in your shower enclosure. Again, with your luxury vinyl plank flooring. And then here you have your white countertop on your vanity, again with your gold handles, your gold mirror. And then again, you have your vanity itself painted in gray, which basically is able, again, to complement the tile in your shower enclosure. You have plenty of room here for your laundry hookup. That's always really a nice feature. And then this is your bedroom itself. So pretty good size, again, dual pane windows inside here. So it's a pretty nice setup. Again, this is about 550 square feet of living space, single story right here behind the main house. Now, I do want to show you another structure also. And as we leave, you wanted to point out that you do have a stainless steel dishwasher in your ADU. So let's go back outside. And you may be wondering to yourself, well, what's this structure over to the left? So this structure, right? Well, let's go take a look at it. We're going to go enter in from the back over here. Now, this is basically more essentially like a old garage or storage area, right? So it's not permitted as a living space, but it's a great way if you kind of fixed it up nicely. You can have a nice separate home office, or if you run a business from home, you'd probably want to actually go ahead and paint if it was me, right? Especially if you're going to be running a business here. But this would be a great place, right? Maybe even make it a play area for your kids. Who knows, right? Or maybe have it like as a movie theater, right? Your own home movie theater. Again, depending on what your needs are. But it is a pretty good sized space, a couple hundred square feet. And so I think this is something that people might really like. So this is some old laminate flooring. And you see they're in the process of putting in some new laminate flooring in this space. And it even has a bathroom over here. You have a nice half bath. So perfect again, if you're running a business from home, and then you got a sink over here. So let me know what you think of that space. Hey, Scott Himelstein again with the Scott Himelstein Group. All right, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2,217 square feet of living space in this property here in Granada Hills, just under an 8,000 square foot lot, built in 1953. So 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in the main house, right? With just under 1,700 square feet of living space. And then here in this ADU, approximately about 550 square feet of living space in this accessory dwelling unit. So if you've ever thought about adding an accessory dwelling unit here in Los Angeles, it's a great way to add value and generate rental income. But let's talk numbers, because that's the question everybody always asks. And for a garage conversion, you're typically looking at around 90 to about 125,000, depending on finishes and the size. A detached new build ADU can run anywhere from 250,000 to 400,000 or even more, especially if you're adding high-end touches like a lot of times we often see. So if you were to buy this house, what would you do with this space? Would you rent it out? Would it be for your family? Would you be running a home business from here like we showed you in the back? A lot of different possibilities for sure. All right, so when it comes to our sellers, right, when I meet with my sellers for the first time, a lot of times it's several months in advance, right? It's not uncommon. And we already have sellers right now that are reaching out to us from just watching our channel that are looking to move in 8, 12, 15 months down the road. And they're trying to get a sense of, 1, what's going on with the market, right? That's not most important. But 2, how are they going to get their home ready for sale? Maybe they have kids, they have pets, they've lived in their home for 40 plus years, and they just don't even know where to begin. And I'd say that's probably one of the things that I really enjoy most working in this business is helping our sellers being able to come up, formulate a plan that works for them, because everybody's going to be a little different of what they are looking to do, right? So knowing that, right, I'm able to kind of work with them, formulate a plan, whether it be sending them free boxes or having our interior designer come out, figuring out what they're going to keep, what they're going to send away or haul away. We take care of that, working with a contractor. Maybe they're using the Concierge Plus program, right, where you can do work, remodel, and make repairs to the home at no cost up front to you as the homeowner. And whatever you negotiate with the contractor, there's no upcharge, there's no extra interest added. Whatever you work out with our contractor, it just gets deducted from your net proceeds. And that program has worked so well for so many of our sellers time after time after time again. So maybe that's a possibility for you. So we literally had one that recently closed escrow. The house was in horrible shape. The son had inherited the house from the parents who unfortunately had passed away. And based on the comparables and what needed to be done to the house, which was pretty much everything, we told them that they probably need to put it on the market for basically 900,000, right? And then we put in about 70,000 into it, and guess what? We ended up selling it for almost 1.1. So these are the type of results that we're seeing as a result of using our Concierge Plus program. So if you want more details about that, definitely reach out to me. And if you have any questions, always here to be of assistance like always. So hope you enjoyed this home tour, and we'll see you on the next one.